Hey guys, Gabe here, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about for sale by owner versus listing with an agent. Now, I know this is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people, and I know there's a lot of information about this, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a 5 video series. Each video, I want to keep it to about 4 to 5 minutes long and just kind of go through 5 different topics. So the first topic we're going to touch on is the reality that the number one prospecting source for realtors is for sale by owners. And so the reason I want to point that out is because if for sale by owners is the number one prospecting tool for agents, why would we waste our time if it didn't work? Why would agents spend countless hours on the phone calling for sale by owners if they weren't going to get listings? Here's the thing, at the end of the day, most for sale by owners convert into listing with an agent. The reason for that is because once they realize and once they embark on that journey, they realize it's so much work that it's overwhelming and difficult. And they end up literally up a creek without a paddle. Like they are in a position where it's so difficult and so harsh that they don't quite grasp how to respond to things and become very reactive instead of responsive to what's happening with their own home. And then emotions flare up and things happen and it just becomes a difficult situation. So that being said, that's really one of the big things that I would say to a lot of people, and this is actually something I tell a lot of for sale by owners that I talk to, is I say, if for sale by owner was such a successful thing for homeowners, first of all, why would we have a real estate industry? Well, we have professional realtors. And if you say, well, because some people prefer not to go through the work, okay, great. Then why is it that the number one cold calling, prospecting arena or class is for sale by owners? Why is it that realtors go and purchase for sale by owner lists? Not only do they look them up, they actually purchase for sale by owner lists from people to cold call them. Okay, so that they can cold call and get that. If it didn't work, why would they even invest money? Okay, so ultimately there's reason and merit to say, hey, for sale by owners are actually something that in the long run benefits the realtor because half the battle is won, right? And I want to kind of put you guys in our seat for a second. You go to list your house for sale by owner, half the battle's won. Half the battle as a realtor, half the battle's won. Because now I don't have to convince you why to sell your house. You already want to sell your house. I don't have to convince you of anything. All I have to convince you is why you should do it with me instead of doing it yourself. That's a lot easier than me trying to convince you to sell your home. So again, realize it is the number one tool because of that. Because we know that, hey, you know what? We have one obstacle we already overcame. So we already have a head start in this race. The next thing is we realize, hey, you know what? This is a stressful process. And it is. It's a very stressful process. So it becomes difficult for you as the homeowner to proceed and do it and execute it properly because it is a very stressful process. And you're attaining stress from both sides. You're attaining stress as the owner and you're attaining stress as the agent because you're essentially performing as the agent. So now you have the stress of negotiations and everything else. And the other 4 videos we're going to talk about are those stressors that you have to deal with as the realtor of the transaction. But then on top of that, you have to deal with the stress of being the homeowner as well. Okay, so it becomes very overwhelming. So that being said, stay tuned for the second video where we discuss marketing and the difference of marketing for sale by owner versus marketing with an agent.